A royal expert has claimed that Meghan and Harry's brand survival really depends on Harry being at the coronation. It is all about how close he is to the king. The images and the global recognition that will come from the coronation are going to be iconic immediately. And Harry's going to be in those photos. And from the brand Sussex's point of view, you cannot put a price tag on that. When the late Queen decided that the word royal needed to be removed from their brand Sussex Royal, the rug was really pulled out from underneath them. Their goals when it came to their brand were simply impossible. As Michael Carrington said, quote, fame is fleeting. To thrive, brand Harry and Meghan must be visible in the public eye and remain in social media feeds. This visibility comes with risks. The brand has a gaping hole where royal once sat. Recent polls demonstrate that Meghan and Harry's brand Sussex is at an all-time low both in the UK and in the US. Archie's birthday has given Meghan the perfect excuse to stay in California, and this decision is going to get rid of any negative situations that may pop up from her presence at the coronation, something that brand Sussex can really not afford at this time as it's fighting for its very survival. For brand Sussex to remain relevant, Meghan and Harry cannot afford to lose their association to the royal family, and that is the real reason that Harry's going to be there at the coronation. It has to piss both of them off, though, that they are so desperate for Harry's family to remain relevant. If Meghan had dared to show up, can you imagine all the damage and humiliation that she would have gone through? Public opinion would have finished their brand for good. But I think most people are just happy about this news. People do not want the coronation to be ruined by all the booing. And nobody really knows exactly why Meghan's not coming. We don't really know what goes on behind any closed doors, theirs or the royal family's. King Charles may have said that he doesn't want her there, and of course, that would have been that. I don't really buy into this idea, though, that it was Catherine who put a stop to Meghan coming. But the king does know that she was very upset by Meghan's behavior, and I am sure that he took that into consideration when he made his decision. He wants Catherine to be happy in her position, and he is not going to allow that evil woman to cause any more trouble for the family. After all, William and Catherine's marriage is very important for the future of the monarchy, and the king is not going to subject Catherine to the unpleasantness of having to put up with Meghan every time there's a big event. I don't believe Meghan is ever going to return to the UK again. I suspect that part of the problem is now officially over. Royal expert Ms. Julia Sant has also weighed in, saying Meghan not coming to the coronation is because she is a coward. She always hides behind after throwing rocks at others and lets Harry do the dirty work or face the music alone. Case in point, in an embarrassing episode when she allowed Harry to pitch for voiceover work from Disney executives for her at the London Lion King premiere while she feigned ignorance. She flew back to Canada alone while she allowed Harry to face the music from his family alone at Sandringham Summit after the disrespectful announcement of Megxit with only 10 minutes' notice to the family and the palace. Now she is throwing Harry to the wolves to get booed and be faced with cold shoulders from the family alone. Let's face it, the only reason Meghan's not coming to the coronation is because she doesn't want to be humiliated in front of everyone. She doesn't want to have to deal with being booed by the crowd on international TV. She doesn't want to have to deal with being ignored by the royal family because she is a complete pariah. She and Harry both are. But they became that way thanks to their own actions, highlighting how irrelevant they truly have become. And she also did not want to have to curtsy to the Wales family especially. She especially hates Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and she would have been expected to curtsy to her if she had attended. The fact is, Meghan and Harry never really even had a brand. It was just a bunch of toxic garbage they were selling that only crazy people bought into and believed. That is their brand. It's just whining and complaining. They really are a couple of clowns, and you know what? People who like them or support them are also a bunch of clowns. It's just a whole circus featuring some clowns that are not very funny. I mean, who could even refer to this as a brand? What, the lying, the fabrications, the misinformation, the unprovable race baiting? This could never be perceived as a real brand. Good luck with that one. I mean, thinking that just because a lying, treasonous king's second son can make millions after he has publicly trashed his family and denied lies that were caught on film, all of a sudden they have a brand? I don't think so. I would love to see the big endorsements come flying their way because they just assume that once the public sees through their behavior, their status or connection to the royal family is somehow going to miraculously cancel out their nasty behavior just because of that connection. They're wrong. The people want to see the character of a person, they don't care about the status. Meghan and Harry have really ruined things for themselves. To put it simply, I already thought the royals were a brand, and I thought Harry and Meghan wanted their own completely separate brand removed from the parent company. Well, their attempt failed big time, and we saw that when Sunshine Sachs left. I suspect even a very good PR team and branding firm could have kept them forward. Meghan and Harry are hardly the first narcissistic, socially inadequate people in the world of celebrities. There are some very difficult people who have managed to stay viable and marketable. As long as Meghan and Harry are still Meghan and Harry, I don't think it matters what they do. I don't think they're going to be successful. And I really doubt the two of them are going to allow themselves to be taken in the Windsor royal business anytime soon. Not unless they're paid a lot of money, and I don't think that's going to happen. At this point, the people who are responsible for the interference effort are going to need a lot of time to come up with a resolution. Nobody has even mentioned how bad this is for the good people of Sussex. It's such a shame. Maybe a total erasure and just starting all over is worth a look. I really do believe that Meghan told Harry that the money would just roll in if they could use his prince title. See, Meghan didn't understand the difference between royalty and celebrity. Harry really believed that Meghan was very politically in Hollywood, and he also wanted to be a celebrity as well as royalty. It was all wrong from the very beginning after the Queen put a stop to that half in, half out plan they had. In fact, they were in a very comfortable frying pan with a world platform to launch everything they supposedly wanted to do. But instead, they decided to dive headfirst into the fire. They were blinded by their greed and their egos. They've got nothing real to offer. Now, at this point, we're all just bored of them. Harry is out of his mind, and Meghan is setting off for yet another walk around the block. It's just going to be rinse and repeat from now on. The Queen once said that a life of public service was not possible anymore for them, and that still stands. The public is not going to allow it, so Meghan should just stop trying to fake humanitarianism and make a living off of charity. The late Queen said no, and people have a lot more respect for her than they ever will for Meghan Markle. If people believe that Harry is going to do anything to rehabilitate his image by being at the coronation, well, he's going to need a lot more than just being there. Maybe he could even build a new house while he's waiting for his integrity and compassion and family values to come back. Harry is going to be taking a back seat along with the other non-working royals. That's nothing to boast about. It looks to me like the mighty have truly fallen, and I don't think they're going to find a way to get up again. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments section. If you think my video is useful, don't be afraid to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. And please subscribe.